Thank you very much.
Open ba ang YouTube eh? Oh, YouTube ba na? YouTube na mo.
You're going to be here all day long, and I'm going to be back at lunchtime and this evening.
This is a place to be. Right here, right now. These two giants facing against each other. OG against EG.
It's hype. Obviously, a lot of history, a lot of backstory between these two teams. Players.
This is a place to be. Right here, right now. These two giants facing against each other. OG
Magsisimula na ang tournament.
Obviously, a lot of history, a lot of backstory between these two teams. Players who've played together, split ways, drama.
Sino kaya mananalo sa kanilang dalawa?
Full documentary about it. And we've got their first game. It's a 2-game series, group stage action. You know, not like the make or break of the main stage. We saw EG versus OG last year on the main stage. It was to come, and of course, very highly anticipated matchup, Flight versus No-Tail, history between these two players. And I gotta say, I'm excited for it. EG currently 1 win, 3 losses. They had a really rough day one. This is, you know, kind of the EG way.
It's only day number 1. This is how EG rolls. Against both of these teams.
Naka-live stream ba?
OG is 3-1 and EG is 1-3. EG needs to win this game.
Yeah,
it feels like, because they versed not some of the toughest opponents in their group, at least on paper. They still have to play against VP, they still play against VG Gaming, so EG's road gets harder. I think OG also had maybe a slightly easier day one than some of the other teams, versing Navi as well. Infamous, 2 teams ranked lower by most people, but at the same time, there's no pushovers, there's no easy wins. We're going to help ourselves in the draft, guys. Let's check out what EG and OG are doing. Bans coming out. We've seen day 1 meta starting out at Lacoste. What's kind of stood out for you
OG Van,
day
let's
1
rock.
picks, bans, anything crazy happening? Shadow Demon for sure.
Nirana and Shadow Demon.
Been picked in what, 17 matches, 70% win rate.
Ban,
Enchantress, 62% win rate. Gyro, I'm surprised about this hero.
Yeah?
Because he's not being paired up with Io. He's being played solo. I had to talk to some of the players, and it feels like the hero comes online so quickly. That's why he's being played. And I don't know how you feel about Io, but the hero doesn't feel that strong anymore. We had this discussion yesterday that Io feels like he's balanced right now. That means that he's bad.
Yeah. What is this? Io's meant to be the OP hero in Dota. It's been OP as long as I can remember, but right now, yeah, he doesn't seem OP. And you compare him to the other 4s, he just doesn't make plays. He's very much an enabling support who just tethers to someone, makes them this super powered carry, but you look at what other teams are picking and playing in these 4 and 5 roles, and they're here.
OG pick in Chen. First pick OG, pick Chen. Evil Geniuses, pick Tide Hunter. Second pick EG, Lina, Lina. Alchemist, Alchemist. Would you gonna play aggressive this one? Samson gonna pick Alchemist.
Something about the heroes that EG have so efficient. One of our games yesterday where Alchemist is being pressured after the first 5-6 minutes you don't necessarily need to kill him. Just follow him in the jungle or block some of his scans. Have a good hero that can rotate early on. So as EG have the Storm Spirit Bait, which is one of those super classics, of course, if they don't want to consider that. EG do have that one thing that they're not be rushing into it. Maybe they've been on carry, but definitely an option that would look really good against the Alchemist.
Research just a YouTuber.
Now Phantom, we have AKA, Tree and Protector. Tree, kind of maybe the unusual one, but those special heroes. Yeah, it makes a lot
Kaya
of
kapatid
sense.
mo.
Alchemist, to just combine these healing heroes with Transform. The extra 20% healing. Alchemist, during the ulti, if you don't that's why OG, the second they pick up Alchemist back, they're like, second, you want to deal without healing? Hey, is the one hero in the game that negates healing entirely. For EG, I think so the healing you have, you need burst damage. You need to bring some to the table, but I feel like that's going to be something they have to
Thompson versus Sumael.
Magic Nukes,
Artizi versus Anna.
need some kind of
Sa sinong hindi pa nakakalam sa tier ng EG, EG Artizi, EG Sumael, EG Fly, EG S4, EG Crit. And sa OG naman, OG Notel, OG Anna, OG Jerax, OG Seb, and OG Thompson.
Crystal Maiden, one of those fives that you often see against the Jet in the front line, so it's good against Luke Creeps.
This is a group stage, day 2. Ogre Maggie. Uy, nantok, antok. Pag si Alchemist yan, alagaan ng mabuti si Alchemist, tataba talaga yan. Nahihirapan ng EG nito kung si Alchemist ay tataba. OG need to be in this game early. Maybe 30 minutes, something like that. Pero yung EG, makunat sila. Ang masakit din. Sakit din sila. Best of 2 to guys. Best of 2. EG versus OG. IO. Oh, patay. IO ni Ron. Maybe IO will last pick with EG. IO. Uy. Ember Spirit na naman. Dut lagi sa mga hero be. Dut lagi hero ng kauban nyo ka na. May shield. Ha? Saber na? Yung halay, wala may mo sa nila. Plane Sun King. Ako. OD. OG Natal, Chen, Anna, Alchemist, Samson, Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit. Uy, naglalag tayo. Ano ba yan? Lag. OG Jirax Grimstroke, OG Save Sun King, UGS4 Tide, Dina Crit, Fly Ogre, RTZ Gyro, Sumael Udi. Sakit dito ang EG. Grabe. Hirap dito. Ingat-ingat dito si Alchemist. Apat na sa baba. Lag si Sumael. Nabi. Lag si Sumael. Sama na. Long bag na ko. Asa bag? May alcohol ra. Wow. Social ang butangan sa paa.
We had a couple of these Cinderella stories in our Dota history with Wings as well.
Yeah. Wings at least went in at TI not as like super underdogs, but it was more an underdog story when they're a team that came from nowhere. Like nobody really knew those 5 players. They didn't have a long
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
history
your
of
Captain
success.
Tsunami speaking with the multicast. Looks like we're experiencing some turbulence on Stream B, so I just want to keep you posted on what's happening on the other stream. Stream C, it's Fnatic versus NIP, as you see Fada about to kill Abed. Oh wait! Oh my god! That was hype. Stream D, Na'Vi versus Infamous, but we're going to take you on to Stream A, which is probably a pretty fantastic game. VG Gaming versus Virtus Pro. Let's tune into that, and we'll see if Stream B comes back after a little bit.
Once he hits 6,
Yeah,
I don't know
he's
if
got to be
Ramsey's
careful.
VG versus
They're probably gonna make
Virtus
rotation.
Pro.
And Raj is already on his way, but so's Fade, so this kill is very likely.
Oh, Ramsey's got to be careful. Fade rotates in, and
Oh,
he's going to have
oh.
the Fissure. This might just be
Ramses.
Fissure.
Oh, Ramses. Patay.
Runs away to get the bonus damage. Yang does it.
Yeah, you saw what Ramsey had to try and do, like try and keep that distance as close as possible, but nicely done. And now where does Ramses go?
Yeah.
Because if you come back down there and just get fished again, I don't know. I feel like he's going to TP top.
Well,
He's
that's the thing.
coming back.
Like, who goes bottom? That's the biggest question, right?
Yeah. You would think Kunga.
Fade. Missile caught onto him.
Oh,
there goes
lag
half
na
a
pod.
minute. So pretty much nothing.
It's my basket. Wade gets the kill.
Doesn't matter. Heal or no heal, he was dying to Sonic Wave.
So that's the big rotation. That's the big rotation. Bottom of Paparazzi showed up as well. They find themselves another kill for VP. Morphling able to show up, and Paparazzi takes down Solo.
Good rotation here from no one, as that puts the 2 supports just gaining some gold in the middle of the river there. Roger and DY, big brutes. Finally getting a chance at some last hits, and you'll see the juggling begin here. No passive yet for Ori though, so pretty slow stuff on the Razors. He's just eye of the storm his way through those neutrals while you watch Paparazzi start forcing the towers.
Oh, it's nice for Morphling to get that, but now can pressure the tower. Looks like another haste turn gonna spawn up top, picked up by Pentium.
Whoa, he's so blue. I haven't seen that yet. My goodness. That's lovely. No, it's confusing for spectators. Thanks, Val.
Stop now, on to no one. DY tries to get the walk away. Stick? Nothing. Brought down.
That is that's a max
Level
tag.
si- level 4.
That big
Level
tick
4.
there at the end of the 90s. Like, whoa. Okay. No one. Serious business. Easy Razor strats. It hurts your rotations, especially when you don't have ulti. You're like even more worthless at Screen of Fame when you go the max dagger.
And he did have a good time in lane against the Razor, but it's not, I guess 1,000 gold's pretty significant. That was a lot of region that was bought.
Yeah, exactly. Like the last is similar, but it's just constant spam rate from Ori. Especially that Frank.
Ori find another kill onto him. They will take down Roger in turn. Yeah. The Queen of Pain is becoming a problem. These rotations have, I mean, she's getting killed. That was 2 kills without Sonic Boom that she was able to get. Yeah. To test no one's potential here. Does not have enough mana for Blink, but can stick if things get a little bit too tested.
So Tranquil's Razor? Is this just me? The guy's buying sentries now too. I'm not sure what Ori's doing. That's interesting. So he's going Tranquil.
Alright guys, calm down, I'm back. And we're gonna go back to Stream B. It's back. OG versus EG. Let's take it away.
Bike tayo. OG
Very
versus
good start to that top lane. Oh, the
EG.
play. He used the Inkswell before, and then he TP'd them with the Chen. Cute little play, but not very effective. It was very cute. The 2 points of the Inkswell as well. Arteezy, though, has us out now. He had that bloodlust movement speed, which helped him get away as well. As
Nangunguna
afterwards, Jurix
sa
will
last
TP
hit
back to the top lane, and they
si
found a kill there that
Sumael.
looked really nice for them. Seb has some backup now, looking to get the double stun off, but has to use it defensively as he kind of backs off right afterwards. I think recognizing that he can't really follow this one up with any further aggression.
How's our mid lane looking? OD and Ember pretty even on CS here. A couple of CS advantage for Sumail, but nothing really separating the two. Gotta imagine Thompson's had to chew through a bit more regen. Bottle as well as salves.
Also, they need to control the runes because Thompson has a bottle, so OD is just gonna put him on.
Alaga.
Under the Astral.
And then go for the rune. Thompson doesn't have Searing Chains. He may go for the Sleight of Fist steal. Ooh, couldn't get it. You can pick up the runes during that Sleight of Fist if you're on top of it.
Good.
And it looked like Sumail actually stopped moving, so he wasn't on top of the rune. So he couldn't maybe pick it up with that Sleight of Fist. I think Sumail, it seemed like he saw it coming. Nice attempted rune steal by the Ember. Thompson is kind of going to be forced out of this lane a little bit. The level 5 OD, 3 points in the Astral. Very hard to lane against now. The Ember just feeling like he's going to have a better time in the jungle with these 2 points in the Flame Guard.
He was relying to get the rune, refill the bottle. Now he needs to be a bit cautious or just farm under the tower. He's level 5, 3 points in Slight.
Got to keep an eye for these bounty runes. 5 minutes in, Alchemist in the game. Both teams typically going to be eyeing off bounty runes here. There's no tail. Can he get either of these? I imagine he's going to struggle. He may go for the deny here. Will he get it in time? Ogre is there, so he can't deny it. And 3 bounty runes for each.
That's how you play against Alchemist. Try to steal as many bounties as possible. Top lane.
And they're going in to get the X-Vault. S4 in a bit of trouble here. Does look to turn. They throw the Anchor Smash for Seb, forces him back. 10 stick charges on Seb. He is kind of trying to bait in some aggression here.
Lugi na lugi sila ngayon.
Early days, it is EG with an edge in the lane stage. Definitely kill that homing missile. Denied by
the homing missile.
Panginang lag-lag naman.
Top lane, they bring down Crit. Jerks and 7 teaming up for that one. These early points in the X-Wall combo with the Sankey and the Burrow Strike initiation. Pretty scary. Very potent stuff. And no tail with a teammate. He TPs just to get this stack off, I believe. That is true 5-position support play. Ace Rune, can Thompson get this? No, he doesn't. Another rune stolen by EG. They're doing such a good job controlling these runes. Denying them time and time again from Thompson's Ember Spirit, who would love to have gotten some of these to refill his bottle. Makes his life so much more difficult.
And I love the build on Sumail this game. He goes for 3 null talisman boots, so he can take a fight. Like, this hero can be really aggressive early on with this kind of a build.
And with that haste rune, flying red in, he gets support down deep in the enemy jungle. And by the top shrine, he just scouts but over in the other side of the jungle. No, he's also scouting. He's not blocking either camp. They just want to get vision of the Alchemist so they can go for some kills, perhaps. And I guess if you do block those camps, you risk feeding away gold because it becomes very easy to deward those observer woods. Here we go. How do you feel like this early game has fared? Is either team going to pull ahead, or is it just...
It's pretty even. Alchemist is now just farming the jungle. This is the time where EG needs to buy some smokes and trying to take some stacks from him. Lina is level 4, 2 points in Dragon Slave. She can easily steal some of the creeps. Also, Gyro just hit level 6. If they want to make a move, he can easily rotate as well.
Yeah, instantly Fly and Arteezy were running at this Chen, but it doesn't seem like they'll be able to do a whole lot.
But you need to buy a smoke and play some...
Oh, no tails tipping Fly. Oh no. Careful. I think he saw that gang coming and he says, I see you, buddy. I don't think he was using that word to describe it.
Jack is gonna kill that observer ward straight away. Yeah, they know that OG's playing so well. They understand how to play with Alchemist. That this goes far back. They already placed an observer board. The only way to approach is pretty much with the smoke.
Playing Sand King's at level 6, not going for the epicenter, so similar to the Tide, but Tide is holding his skill point, so if he wants to skill that Ravage, he can. And just rotate in, going for that early Sleight of Fist. Doesn't have any points in the Searing Chains, but level 4 Sleight of Fist does a lot of damage. Jarek's in some trouble as he gets stunned up. The cooldown follow-up is there, and this should be a kill, but if OG can cut it just to one loss,
it doesn't matter. They can just show on the lanes, try to make something happen with only Jarek's being the casualty. I think they're fine with that because Alchemist is farming.
Absolutely. We've got 2 other lanes being farmed. Seb's going to use a Burrow Strike to make sure he gets the last hit on the creeps. And Eswell getting kind of low here, but has got the casual cloak, should be just fine. Until perhaps Grimstroke shows up. 3 points in Inkswell. You may Kraken off a stun from the Burrow Strike, but if the Inkswell hits you after that, you could be in trouble. And he's leveled up the Epicenter, so I believe they are looking for kill up here. They go for this Burrow Strike.
They're still saving a point for Ravage. There it is, Phantom.
Didn't get. Oh, they didn't keep the silence on. They also get the kill. All right.
He used Inkswell on the creep.
Yep. That damage from the coming out from the duo, more than enough to get the kill here. Now they're rotating in mid. Thompson has to be a little bit careful here. Does have that 4 points in Sleight of Fist with the fire remnants to get out of there. It's going to be another cooldown from Arteezy. He's looking for No Tail. Definitely looking like a dead Chen here. Doesn't have level 6, no Hand of God, but the Sand King shows up from the side, has got the epicenter fall for Burrow Strike. Defensively, Astral to keep himself alive. Fly going to take all of that damage here as Seb comes back looking for the OD. He's going to die, but he, in the process, gets the kill for Jerax. Great bit of play coming out from OG, who turn around a bit of over-aggression here. No Searing Chains, level 7 still on the Emperor. Can't stop the TB out, but
they needed a Tide Hunter in that fight.
And the Tide...
That's 4 DP bottom.
Yep. Yeah, even if you DP mid though, you're playing behind the enemy tier 1 tower, so it's very hard to get there on the map.
Oh, they're gonna get the maybe 4, almost. If Ogre got the stun, they could have gotten the 4 wounds, but I think they're gonna be fine with just 3 of those.
3 is like what you're hoping for. If you do really well, you're getting 4. We'll see another replay of this fight here. Again, Arteezy very gung-ho about just dropping this cooldown the second a hero gets stunned up. It gets these early kills, but he's Sumail here, he's coming in from behind, and Tide is still dead. So this fight's broken. If you're Tide Hunter, you're respawning, you feel like you can't get to this fight because it's not near one of your towers. Your team playing behind the enemy lines makes it so hard to get into.
Yeah, they just got outnumbered there. Now Chen is almost level 6, so is he bringing he already used it though.
Alchemist, as far as Radiance time is good, not looking for that 11-12 minute Radiance. He did go for a double Bracer and Phase Boots, all the small items.
They have a good vision on the Alchemist, 2 deep observer boards placed where near the camps where Alchemist loves to hang.
Yeah. Vision's one thing though, they haven't used that to make him just yet.
They're just giving him the mean look.
Yeah. Rotation coming in, a CS4 tops it. He's hit level 8 now, still not going to Searing Chains, wants to prioritize more defensive build. So he's going to Remnant on forward, has got the Inkswell on now. This is not looking good for Fly. The cooldown being used as well. Thompson, Sleight of Fist is there with the Burrow Strike follow-up. They make it S4 as well. He's being silenced up now as well. Has got the Ravage. If he can get rid of the silence, he's not going to get a chance to go for it though. Not sure it would have mattered too much as well, as Arteezy wasn't really in fighting shape there. Used up all of his mana with the cooldown, and
OG, they're just bringing the numbers. Every single time they have an extra hero, sometimes even 2, and meanwhile Alchemist is just farming.
Yep. Thompson trying to fire Remnant away from this one. Is looking to go for Arteezy. Sorry for the extra messages. We've got to a third comment. I turned off my Steam. Apparently messages still show up. I don't know what's going on here. Apologies for that one, guys. Shout out to big Dota 2 item creator. But as it stands, OG 2k gold lead. This is what you want, though. This is the Alchemist stuff. You typically, if you don't have a gold lead with Alchemist around 15 minutes or so in the game, you've struggled in the early game.
Lag ako ang string bebe.
But they're winning these fights while the Alchemist continues to farm for that Radiance.
Yeah, we still didn't see the Ravage. S4 is not having a good time. 0, 3, and 1 at this point. OD, can he blink out? Sandstorm is going to cancel it.
Nicely done. They're just finding kills wherever they go. And when you can play this well as... four-man unit while you've got this hard carry farming, that's like OG in their comfort zone. They love these games where Anna can just, you know, hit creeps, come online in the mid game, and just cause all kinds of problems.
And I love what Thompson was doing. He was just showing on the lanes. He doesn't necessarily need to get a kill and make something happen. He's just buying time for Alchemist because his laning stage was really not the greatest, and he's making a comeback. 4 points in Grievous Greed. That's going to be a Radiance. One more creep camp, and that's it.
Okay, Radiance 13:45. Not quite maybe the normal fast Alchemist timing you're hoping for, but still very good. And considering how the rest of the game is going with some of these heroes that have been shut down, this is
the positioning from Jarex. Jarex is his second name is Smokebreaker.
managed to prevent another EG rotation. It just feels like OG have this sixth sense right now for all these rotations coming in.
A lot of the wards from OG from the early start, they're reading the map so well. Now they have that Radiance, it's go time. Sanking has a Blink Dagger, and they instantly smoke.
But at the same time, EG, talk about OG reading EG's movements, it goes both ways. They dire scan, they see this movement coming. Will they try and bait and take this fight? They need the tide. The Ravage is coming. It's not quite here in time, perhaps. Arteezy's going to be careful. He's going to go down. He does not have a BKB yet. Tide's rotated in from the side, but they're going to throw the Ravage, hit several. They kill off No-Tail. He instantly buys back to come back into this fight. No-Tail will be TPing back in as Thompson in the front lines with that blink gun. He's just so damn tanky. And the side of this man does so much damage at this stage of the game. They're going to look for a fourth kill here. They want S4, and there's just nothing EG can do to win this one. Another Burrow Strike from 7. They're going to finish off S4 as well.
Sumail bails them. He just TP stopped to pick up at least the bounty runes because this fight didn't go well.
He's
already used the Blink Dagger and Astral. He's dead.
Yeah. He may have gotten a bounty rune. I mean, he's getting some tips. OG, 4K gold. They just completely team-wiped EG. They killed every single hero in the game.
Bottom lane.
They will lose Jarex. He gets caught, left behind, but ultimately that is a support. Mr. Smokebreaker himself. Sometimes you die for those smoke breaks.
Yeah, really well played by OG. They use the info on a Sanking. He blinks in, and Gyro Cop and he spells off. And this is where the damage comes from. OD was also not in that fight. He didn't use a single spell. Once Alchemist gets a BKB, that's going to be so tough to play. And Chen immediately buybacks after he dies, uses Hand of God, and even gets a double kill with his creeps.
No-Tail. I mean, this is why I think a lot of people expected Chen to be one of the most banned heroes of this tournament. It just provides so much, and it's such a nuisance from this 5-position role. And when you combine it with other healing sources like the Alchemist Chemical Rage, it just buffs up these heals so much.
Lina is level 10 with the cast range talent. Also has an urn. I was thinking about Spirit Vessel, but I mean, it's not going to be that effective against Alchemist because he's going to have 2 ways of dispelling it with Chemical Rage, BKB. Alchemists don't go for Manta styles anymore. Like if you check the talents, they usually go for attack speed, the damage. They even go for cleave. You and me discussed about it. Cleave is kind of a substitution if you get 6 slotted that you can sell the Radiance.
Yeah, you don't really want to have that Radiance when you go into like those late game stages of the game. It just doesn't feel like this carry build. It's like the old school Radiance Mantok Doreen that split pushes and causes problems. You want to have this build where you can actually kill people, which is more what we're seeing now with this BKB, Blink, Abyssal Blade.
Yeah, so you just blink on someone with the Chemical Rage, you have the positioning with the Blink Dagger, of course, and the Bash. Insanely good against BKB carriers. Yep. Easier right now, they need those 2 BKBs. OD, he only has a recipe. Gyrocopter, getting closer, 600 gold away from it. The timing from OG is insanely good. BKB is up on Alchemist. They want to make something happen.
Yeah, they blink in with the stun, the Burrow Strike. They want to burst down, fly here.
Oh, visit ay nag-clashing. Live stream. Sa ako na, ano, yatay. Saan, naghikaw na, be? Be? Ah, nahikaw ko ng babae. Killer to negra, be? Be? My God.
This is just an over
My
Magi, but
God.
the backlines, they're going to throw out a Ravage here, trying to turn this one around here, but Topton was inside the Astral, so he doesn't get hit by this. Ogre going to buy back, going to try and take this fight, but Topton's just charging it forward. He remnants in aggressively, using the Sleight of Fist, constantly just nuking everyone
Sam's
down.
gonna go in.
Epicenter with the blink in as well. Who's he going for? He splits the targets, and with BKB, takes out the Lina, changes targets. Going to be a dive back from Fly's Ogre. He goes down, and Seb's not done with S4.
Monster.
That's 4 dead.
Okay,
Seb gets hit by his teammate as OG roll over EG. 4 heroes dead.
That's actually 5 dead because Ogre brought back and died instantly. And OG's not going to stop. They're going to might even try to the high ground. Arteezy does not have a cooldown. Flat Cannon is on a cooldown as well, but they're pinging Roche.
It was this race to BKB. Anna getting his BKB before Arteezy's gyrocopter just makes it so hard for Arteezy and EG to take these fights.
Yeah, he understands that he does not need a Blink Dagger this early on. BKB is so much more valuable because they don't have anything that goes through the BKB at the moment. And the amount of heal that they have with Chen's Aura, Chemical Rage, the extra 20% increased healing, plus a Hand of God, also Vlad's and Chen. Yep, EG can't take this fight.
They have all the team fight items. EG have rotated in, but the Alk has already helped secure them an Aegis. Thompson picking that one up as they are looking to just finish off S4 and the rest of EG, I think, realizing this is not a fight they want to take. And the problem is, Ravage is a long cooldown to play around. OG can just go take a fight now. We're only 19 minutes in, but they may even threaten high ground.
And Jarek's got Brown Boots, Lotus Orb disassembled, Mana Boots. It's insanely good against the Gyrocopter. He can't use Homing Missile against Ogre, against Lina, even Astral. They have so many single target spells that they can echo.
Yeah, so we're just going to see them like pop this on the Alchemist and let him frontline, I imagine, at this point. Such a strong item to have this early in the game. And a very unconventional build, but one that makes so much sense right now. Thompson takes bounty runes, and this time it is OG 4 bounty runes. That is a very big sign of how this game has changed. EG were, 5, 10, 15 minutes in.
They found Crit on the bottom lane. He was just trying to do split push the wave, hide in the trees.
Yep, he's going to do what damage he can, but I think he knows he has got no real escape unless he jukes, and he will do so. Thompson actually has, missed that Sleight of Fist. All right, Crit gets out of there. Managed to maneuver his way through the trees.
Just want to give you a quick update as we see Seb finishing off Arteezy on this multicast. On Stream A, Vici Gaming versus VP is getting extremely exciting. You might want to pop on over to that if you're interested. Stream C, Fnatic versus NIP. Got an Abed Shadow Fiend doing extremely well. And Stream D, it's Na'Vi versus Infamous, keeping it pretty neck and neck. Don't worry, we're going to stick around on Stream B.
When he was playing Mag, getting a Guardian Greed before a Blink Dagger, same goes for Pipe. And this Pipe will mitigate a ton of the magical damage that they have. Against cooldown, against Rocket Barrage, Lina, it's looking all OG. Actually, it's a 17,000 network lead for them.
At 21 minutes too. OG are playing such good Dota right now.
Now you can quote me on this one. The game is over when you have 1,000 gold lead per minute.
Yeah, well, they're not there yet. They have a bit more to go. As they are looking to just break onto the high ground. And there's just so little you can do. S4 does have Ravage back up. He's going to have to try and find some way into this fight to go for good Ravage. It's going to be just walking on in. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger or anything. And OG just going to stand here and hit some buildings. The Sleight of Fist spam is just zoning them away. Arteezy may have a BKB, but he's already half health. He doesn't want to fight. With the constant chip damage coming out from Sleight of Fist, from the Stroke of Fate, from the Grimstroke, those long-range AoE nukes just make it so difficult for EG to take a fight.
They can kill the shrines right now. Alchemist already TP'd bottom to push out the wave. Will be TP'd back if they want to take a fight with the Chen. He almost has enough gold to buy full AC.
That is very scary. I mean, you compare Anna's net worth to his counterpart, the Arteezy gyrocopter, and it is night and day. You carry here a gyro that's known for kind of dominating and coming online in the early to mid game, has struggled to have an impact this game with the...
It's one of those smokes, guys, we gotta do something, because we know we're in a bad spot. If we lose another fight, the game just ends.
Yeah. But OG playing on the other side of the map. The Alchemist was down there, but they're using this Chen recall to just maneuver around the map, and now it's OG who are making their way down bottom. I think having an idea of where EG are playing on the map. There's a couple of towers down here they may want to go for as well, a tier 1 and a tier 2. Arteezy playing a bit greedy, going for another creep wave. He may just have to BKB TP out. He gets caught by an unstable concoction. Burrow strike follow up, and Arteezy is done for. Quick and easy kill. Crit just TPs out, leaving Arteezy die, as he should have. There was no saving his life once he gets caught by that unstable concoction. And OG is just going to run down this bottom lane. Seb
hunting them,
yeah,
trying to find something.
he knows there's just no way EG can fight him. He's also unkillable with this 1800 health, pipe, 4-staff bling. Yeah, OG, what's the answer here? You mentioned 1k gold per minute advantage. We're about to get there. This tier 2 tower is going to probably take this up to about 23k gold lead. And it's Dota plus 99%. EG,
it's not
what
bugged.
is the 1%?
Yesterday we had some bugs with 100%.
Well, there's 1% for EG, and they're going to have to dig deep to figure out where that 1% is. It is looking mighty difficult. They go in now, he can't get the BKB up in time. He's getting chainsaw. This is the 1%. They take out the Alchemist. They start the fight off with a great kill on Alk, and they are going to repel OG here. Aegis expires as well. EG had picked their timing perfectly as the BKB gyrocopter goes charging in. They're going to take out the Sand of Seb as well, and that's the turn EG were looking for. That's
what
the high
a
ground
ravage
defense.
from S4. The timing on that ulti was absolutely perfect. Man, he couldn't get the BKB up. Maybe OG execution there was a bit sloppy. I'm pretty sure we're going to see that fight again, but ooh, there it is.
It was, yep.
And the Lina stun from Fog with Netherlands and cast range talent.
You just don't see it coming. That is the power of this Lina build and why this hero is being played a lot as a 4. It reminds me a lot of like the 4-position Shaman with 8th lanes, where you're just able to stun or hex people in Shaman's case from Fog and they can't get BKBs off. Having these heroes that can play against BKBs from a support role is just so nice. Bounty runes being somewhat contested as EG managed to secure down bottom. Thompson's rotated in. There's no BKB. It's still on cooldown for 5 seconds, but with the defensive Astral, he should be able to get this off. Anna was looking for a stun, but the blink away from Sumail is there, but he's still getting very, very low. A couple of Sleight of Fists could finish him off. Doesn't look like Ember wants to chase. I think OG maybe learning to, you know, take their foot off the gas for a little bit here.
They're still in a really good spot. Ravage is on cooldown for another minute. Roche may respawn in a minute and a half. Yeah. I expect them to make a move. They already killed the shrines, so they can't be backstabbed unless they use a smoke.
By the way, Anna has an Acceptor queued up, and this Ember Spirit of Tops, I imagine, is the recipient. He had Axe himself queued to build, but now he's like, no, I'm not getting Axe. I'm going for a fast Octarine core. Maelstrom Octarine is not your everyday Ember build, but if you throw in a pulled Aghanim Scepter, he's going to be incredibly scary and come online so fast.
Yeah. Anna only needs 1,000 gold to buy that Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, he's already got the point booster, so he's committing. I think they're basically trying to turn this Ember suddenly into this basically late game hero. When you can have Aghanim Scepter with Octarine Core, that reduced cooldown is going to be so scary.
I mean, they can play it safe. If they don't have to rush anything, Ravage is going to be ready once again, so they can just wait for the next Roche, get the Aegis and cheese.
OG, 21k gold lead, but you have to be careful. That unsuccessful high ground push definitely probably put some doubts in their minds as to just how secure this game is.
EG has no big items coming on their side. OD has only Mystic Staff. Still a lot of time to buy that Kex. Same goes for Gyro. They're just saving the buyback for now.
That is the big item I feel that EG can use to turn this game. To play against like the BKB of the Alchemist and also to actually lock down and kill the Ember Spirit. Having this OD Hex would be massive for them, but it is still 2k plus gold away.
Astro is getting close to the Hex. He only needs 700 gold for it.
That's crazy. I think, yeah, this... I mean, it's fourth position, it's GeForce. He does get more farm than, you know, your everyday support, but he's going to have a Hex before the OD does, and he's got these 2 items that can have such a heavy impact on a team fight.
Heavy about the blood bombs.
For something easier to kill. He's going to stack some Ancients as well as the Mud Golem.
Oh, I know who's going to be happy about Mud Golems. Alchemist.
Oh, yeah. He didn't get that stack, but he did get the Ancients. There we go. Yeah, I believe he... Yep, he pulled the Acceptor. Ember, level 17 only. Doesn't have the full 300 damage fire remnants yet.
And smoke from EG.
Yeah, they're worried about... I imagine a Roshan, which can respawn any time now, so neither team knows when Roshan's respawning. But EG are worried that they're in the pit. Chen Cream scouting it out. Oh,
they know where they are. They saw that.
Yeah.
It's being pinged out by Chen.
That Chen Creep was right next to that D1 happening. And most teams are will notice that Sentry Ward randomly go missing from their map. So going for that D Sentry while smoke, not what you want to do maybe.
Ember Spirit just scouting things out with Arcane Rune and Axe.
Oh, that's so cheeky. And now Thompson, he's maybe going to look to pick off Fly here. They throw him with the Blink Ravage. Can they actually bring down the Ember Spirit? He's getting bursted here with the Chen Heals. Is it going to be enough? They take out Thompson. Instantly buys back. Ortiz already in with the Flat Cannon and the BKB. He's going to delete the Sand King. Buybacks from OG. They want to take this fight. And with Anna's BKB on Alchemist, they should be able to have this one. Anna, can he stand up Ortiz? He jukes into the trees. Finds a new target. Can he blink out of this one? He gets Burrow Strike. The timing from Seb is perfect. As OG, they had to commit a couple of buybacks, but they do come out on top. And with Ravage down, with BKB Gyro down, I imagine they feel like they can actually break the high ground here.
Look at Ember Spirit.
He's just gone falling in. Seb follows up, 2-man Burrow Strike. Arteezy's got no BKB to defend himself. Zoom mail. He's bought back. He uses defensive Astral, but I don't imagine Arteezy's got much of an escape. As soon as he comes out, he's popped like a pinata. Instantly has to buy back. Banana.
Gyro should be back off. I mean, Alchemist should be careful. He has a TP and Chen can recall him easily.
Maybe waiting for Chemical Rage, or perhaps just waiting for Roshan. They are still scouting this out. It's almost a max respawn, so I think they're going to be headed to this pit, knowing that it basically has to respawn soon. And they're also headed back because 4 bounty runes. Yeah, you've got out.
Bounties with Alec. Easy peasy. That's a Hex purchased on Jerax. They need to give this...
EG contest this. I don't think they can.
And they need to give Aegis to Ember Spirit. He was playing a bit too aggressive, but he knows that he has a buyback. As Remnants in the fight can easily come back into a fight. EG.
Are they coming? Are they going to go for a steal? S4 Mayfield has to. He doesn't have Ravage, but he's too late. The second he sees the Roche die and he's not ready to steal it, EG have to disengage. Man, this game is slipping further and further away. Lacoste, we're at that point. 31k gold lane in 30 minutes.
Back it up.
The 1k gold man. That's Alchemist in a nutshell for you. This hero's rate of farm is absolutely insane when you give him this kind of freedom.
And that's full of Abyssal Blade. He's not even saving for a buyback here. Has cheese in his backpack.
I mean, that's... You talk about openings and the 1% chance for EG to win this game. That feels like one of those openings to win the game. Alc not having buyback, not having Aegis as well. I mean, you give the Aegis to Ember because buyback's down, but...
It doesn't matter if he has a buyback or not at this point, since EG has no tower damage whatsoever. They have Gyro and OD. They still have a tier 1 tower on mid.
Yeah, if they mess up a fight, you're not going to lose your base for it, is what you're saying.
Yes. You're not going to even lose the racks. You can't lose one side.
Seb, position, blink, Fire Strike. He just forces out. He's trying to bait some spells here. Thompson forces up as well with the Sleight of Fist. Just trying to see what they can force out here. But back in the mid lane, Alchemist, he's gone in with a big blink BKB. He's going on crit here. The right clicks with the BKB is going to be enough. And now RTC in trouble. He's been Abyssal Bladed up. He's locked in place. Where's the bashes, says Anna. He doesn't quite find it. The Ravage is there. And Anna, he's got no buyback. He's going to be so careful not to go down here. But he's got so much health regen from the Chemical Raid. Sumail's wailing away on him. The right click is the Eclipse going to be enough. He doesn't have the damage. The cheese is there. And now Sumail getting bashed up. Stuns followed up. And GG. Drop game 1 of this 2-game series.
OG, they played so well. After the laning stage, just setting up the wards, dewarding their jungle so Alchemist can get his farm. His laning stage was really not that
32k net worth advantage, 32-minute game. Hell of a way to finish, but don't worry, we'll come back soon after we return to the draft. Right now, we're still having a heck of a game on Stream A, Vici Gaming versus VP, but I'll keep you posted. Also, Fnatic versus NIP on Stream C, very close as well. Honestly, today's been amazing. Stream D, Na'Vi versus Infamous, also Na'Vi, leading quite a bit, but we're going to take you to Stream A, Vici versus VP.
You know, I'm giving you a guarantee.
Is it a grand guarantee?
I'm not grand.
Or is this a lyrical guarantee?
I'm not sure which one's better.
It's the Grand is like the guarantees of guarantees.
Uh-oh. I'm guaranteeing that there's a problem right now.
It holds up in a court of law.
Waters rise.
Yeah, that's a real point. See his death. One chase down Echo's plan. He is done. Robbie get killed. Happens so other it's the back mighty duck.
I was thinking Battletoads. You know, it's any iconic video game duo. Just put them together, guys.
What I would see. Paparazzi.
Test what's left is how do they bring high ground? Why? Found Pasha. Forward, Fisher blocking. Oh,
Really,
just right on the edge. Another Fisher landing out. No, for a moment, but he turns, finds that kill on the solo, chasing forward for more. Lord have mercy, paparazzi is in your face. Get away, though. No BKB. Oh god, but the immense damage coming from Yang, even after we deal with the war planes.
Alright, there it is.
Okay, good force that water. No, it's not going to get paparazzi. He keeps doing it. He's out with him. And they were able to kill him off. Alright, 3 already. They went too far. Now they've got Yang as well. All of Grimm Pro chasing forward. And Randy's triple kill.
It is killable. I can believe it. Man, that Earth Splitter just 3,700 damage from ET. Thank you for carrying. Okay. Randy, that's
Did a
pretty
lot.
cool, too.
They have buyback on the does show that far still.
We took 901 physical damage from the Splitter and 789 magical. That is like 1,700 damage from it.
The aura on top of it. Now, buyback. Top didn't find it. He wants to chase that, wants to take the ball down. The Fisher connects, found themselves another. Sasha trying to run away. Can they run him down? Don't worry. More Fisher come back in a second. Buyback now on the ET, chasing forward for Ramsey's the punch. They find that kill as well. Wait for him, not going to get caught, and no one's taking damage shots. Rod taking damage shots. They try and kill off Mori, and they will be able to bring it in. But the buyback comes out immediately. Triple kill for Paparazzi. This man smells blood. Wants to find the ET. He didn't see much damage to me earlier, but I'm going to give one and you off as well. No one turned upon Fear, but Paparazzi, he's not afraid anymore, and he turns now onto Pasha. Wants to chase down this Kunkka. Collect his rampage. What's going to happen? No, he's not Earthshaker anymore.
No, he's back.
He's back again in Earthshaker. The switch back forward, finds the rampage. Paparazzi, have mercy. Where's that?
Lakas ng busy killing.
He just won.
Paparazzi changed up his fight style in that last game. He stopped using the enchant to chase himself, and he waited until his allies were giving him some drop down wards in the left fight, and he saw Faye jumping in instead. So Paparazzi, the enchant was actually on cooldown for several seconds, which is very surprising. He was waiting for a guaranteed lockdown for that moment. Like, he's gonna be there in time. He's done. He's gonna get it finished, and that's how they got Ramsey. Just so quick in that one.
12,000 damage in 60 seconds. It ain't a joke.
Oh, no one doing everything he can. He's got the AoE Shadow Strike. He's got the ulti even too.
Right? EG finishes this one off. They're gonna have to
matters for more flank.
True. That is a problem.
I'm surprised they're
Oh,
stopping.
nakuha
Wait,
sa
they got
amin.
another one. No, he got the second wave again.
Yeah, but I mean, they're just gonna take Roche and call it super safe, but
1,000 ang damage.
Payback right now is over. They need to kill off the rest. First, they don't have it. Yeah, that's true. That's what they need to do. Shaker. He doesn't have buyback. He gets back into this fight. Hey. play, but it also leaves more opportunity.
Dire scanning for enemies.
No one with a 6-way there, though.
I think he's got the agent. He had 20k damage. Checked at, I don't even know what it was now. But now he's doubled at number 40k.
Our man is not messing.
Crit shaker? Is that what you just told me?
So.
Yeah, that's it. That was a crit shaker. That's cool. I love playing too.
Fade, where are you?
Losing it.
Buyback again is home there for the open. Actually relevant.
For the Pentium.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and even having the lockdown. Lock down that.
That is
sakit.
higher than I would have expected. For Virtus Pro, I mean.
Oh god, he's got a
1.5.
Oh no, this is not good. He's got a DD ramp. He's gonna get ran as the punch comes through. Data stocks slow. Wolverine on the middle of all of them. Walks forward, races to Joey. The air target. Go on, time. I think the answer is yes. There's the wait for double kill, and Roger, the one left alive here off to the side, is gonna get pummeled by Fade. Paparazzi turns onto Pasha, somewhat low, but I don't think it's gonna matter as GG is called.
Don't have to. I mean, the submission.
Unbelievable.
Necessary. Oh, what a second. Oh, that was dirty. They straight up bodied him, right? Getting that Earthshaker and then hitting the Morphling was so good. And you saw that mid game not go that well.
No.
Don't have to. I mean, the submission.
Unbelievable.
Necessary. Oh, what a second. Oh, that was dirty. They straight up bodied him, right? Getting that Earthshaker and then hitting the Morphling was so good. That mid game.
And they're just breaking these flanks right now. They're saying he's stunned, we can fight. Yeah, Zayas is going to try and run forward. The RP, he managed to get the nod too. And maybe a buyback from the Broodmother. Nice burst strike walking down the two. They're trying to go for Chris Luck. Forced out defensive. Protects him, and Chris Luck is able to get away from Magical, who's now getting skewered back by Schofield, bringing them away from Chris Luck, away from the carries, but not away from Hector, who's surrounded by 4. He will get Abyssal bladed up. Now he's dead. Whisper's trying to get out, but no snowball for him. He's going to get beaten down by Crystallize. No buyback on Hector. No buyback on Tusk. Infamous are gonna have to hold here 3 versus 5. And I can't believe they decided to continue to go for it.
Oh, that was dirty. They straight up bodied him, right? Getting that Earthshaker and then hitting the Morphling was so good. That mid game.
We'd have to pop buyback, but they're just breaking these flanks right now. They're saying he's stunned, we can fight. Yeah, Zayas buyback in the game is Chris Luck right now, and he actually had enough that he just bought a Moon Shard and still has that buyback. And he's got tons of stats still.
And you see the Shadow Demon, I mean, trying to place out wards right now. Maybe he thought that there was, by chance, a bounty rune. He was trying to get it back for Whisper.
Yeah, 170 gold, that's all he needed.
That was one of those missions where, I mean, that ward doesn't really do anything.
Schofield trying to get the skewer back, misses.
He also doesn't have a buyback, of course, just used it, and they're going to send in the one hero that does.
He's going to try and get a little bit of stat sealing onto Crystallize and force out the False Promise. That's a good start to this fight, especially with Magical being slowed down. It gets Abyssal bladed up, but the BKB protects him, and now the Shadow Demon's gone out of this fight as well. 2 versus 5, Chris Luck bringing more and more stats, 87 agility being stolen. You can see how quickly he's able to do damage to Crystallize, but he's just going to go in and out, poke and prod at him. There's the skewer onto Crystallize. Blizzy trying to protect and breaks the linkage, but the BKB is activated by Chris Chris Luck, they won't be able to chain stun him, and they have to get out. Crystallize, blinks backwards, does get the Abyss Blade onto Blizzy, looking to be able to lock down that hero. He actually gets hit by the Sobal. They don't have the vision. He's going to be able to go for it. Whispers in deep. He has the BKB, trying to chase down any hero. Look for a Walrus Punch. He's forced to use it on the Broodmother instead. Infamous have to back up. No, they're going to keep going. And Seneco's out of position. Crystallize finds another one. They've stolen so many stats that Na'Vi, they have to retreat. This Slark is a menace in Schofield.
114 Agi right now. They're going to have to back out from this completely. They retreat in time so they don't lose any further heroes, but they bought enough time where they can play around this last set of racks. It doesn't have any defense for it with any sort of tier 3 up.
And that is so scary against a Broodmother too.
But they've held the game so far, and that's what matters right now, Cap.
Yeah.
But Na'Vi, they did such a good job of getting out there. That was discipline. That is what Infamous needs.
Yes.
Na'Vi is a team with discipline.
What? There's a gem on. Okay. Grislock gets a gem.
Both teams right now playing their hearts out. I like that both teams are also playing for the win right now, though.
Yeah.
It's making this incredibly fun.
Aeon Disc for Crystallize. He saw how much is getting chunked by Chris Luck. And he may not be able to depend on this Oracle for the next fight as he's down for 60 seconds. So without that false promise, he has to have a way to be able to reset.
The false promise has been instrumental in saving him against the 2 cores, and now K1, Hector, just beating on this melee racks. This bottom rack's being pinged out too. They're going to split their attention, try to force Na'Vi into a fight. You can see that Na'Vi, they don't want to take an engagement 4-on-5. They don't have the buybacks on the cores.
There is still a tier 2 up in the top lane, so Infamous are not going to be able to go for Megas during this 30 seconds. That, the Oracle is down, and I don't think they should really go for tier 4s either.
You don't really know with Infamous, though.
Yeah.
They just decide to go for it anyways, but Na'Vi, they make the call. They're saying, at worst, we're going to lose. We're just going to make this game even.
Yeah.
And I believe that is the right call by them. Infamous also made the correct call by saying, this time, we've learned we're going to go for the Shrine.
Yeah. And look at the buyback situation right now.
It's become such a... It's just a shit show right now, so nobody has buybacks.
Well, no. Infamous have 4 buybacks.
Yes, but on the side of Na'Vi...
Na'Vi, it's looking terrible.
Na'Vi, that was like their mad rampage. Like, they thought they were going to win the game.
Yeah.
With that, but with so many stats stolen by the Slark, he did such a good job of guerrilla warfare, just hitting in and out, getting away, resetting it. And with how long the stats stay with the level 25 talent, he extended the fight long enough that everyone was able to respawn.
I think that was the same idea behind why they took the 4 versus 5 on Na'Vi's side of the map, was they've stolen so many stats, we can actually fight without the Shadow.
Yes.
You know?
Is Nida going to let that middle tower fall?
It both loses them 1 fight, but holds them the game, and now Infamous in a good advantage. They've evened out the barrack situation, and they have more buybacks. This is Na'Vi for the next 2-3 minutes. They're very exposed.
So the scary part for Na'Vi in this situation is when John spawns, and if you decide to roll the dice to all in.
Right.
Because that is going to be, that Roshan, it's a cornucopia. It'll give everything.
Yeah.
It's the 4th one of the game. Infamous will all of a sudden have the double RP if they want it. They could get a refresher too for... I actually think it's not a terrible idea to get a refresher on the slot. You give him the Aegis first.
Yeah.
Give him the refresher so that he can full toolkit again.
Yeah.
You get double ulti, double BKB, double Abyssal.
Oh, he's got the Aghanim Scepter.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
I did not notice that. That is actually sick.
I actually think that's the play, is to give him the ability to double it up.
Like, he can now use it to, like, protect Hector if Hector gets...
and then you give Whisper the Aghanim's Blessing so that he can kick people away.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's how you itemize the Aegis. I mean, it works for both sides, but it just feels really good on Slark because his ulti comes with its own reset like that.
What about the triple purge for Shadow Demon?
I think there's some value in that, but I feel like the kick away, for example...
It can be sick, but it also can play against you sometimes, you know?
I just think that it's... I'm not sure.
We'll have to see what happens here as Roshan has spawned. And Na'Vi, are they going to take that risk? Are they going to try and contest Roshan, knowing that if they lose that fight, the game's over because they don't have the buybacks?
If they lose, even I would boldly say if Infamous lives with their 2 cores and Na'Vi loses either of the cores, the game is over.
Yeah.
They don't have enough damage from the other side heroes that they can put out. So this is the awkward spot now. If you're Na'Vi, this is playing for the win.
Now, if Infamous plays really fast, they might be able to get this Roshan and still assault the base while buybacks are down. So maybe Na'Vi needs to try and get inside that pit right now. Epicenter being activated. Oh, no, he didn't. He didn't jump. All right.
Okay, that...
TP in, Snake. Okay.
Dire structures are for
I actually think that's, without buyback on Sineko, I think that's a close call whether or not you RP there. Because you could just give him the refresher at that point.
Yeah.
He has it, in fact. I actually think it's not a bad idea to go for it there.
So we have Cheese on Tusk, Aegis on Chris Luck. Do we see who took the axe? Tusk did. So they agree with you, the Walrus Kick.
I think the Walrus Kick just has more value. I would agree with you if the SD had like 2 more items. But because he gets popped so fast in every fight that we see anyways, I don't think there's...
They know Hector's not here. They know Hector's not here. That's why they're going to try and initiate a little bit. Blizzy's trying to catch people right now. Chris Luck is going to meet anybody who tries to go into this high ground. And it's the Elder Tyno can get picked off as he gets a Force Staff away. Ghost Scepter gets pulled back by the Shockwave, and they're going to be forced to use False Promise. It's not that long of a cooldown, but it might be enough that Infamous feel like they can go for the high ground push right now.
Infamous are insane. The fact that they're risking their game on a 3-on-5 in that position, like, yes, I understand that your Slark's very strong there, but it's still really scary not having one of your main cores and the other one is going back from base.
Yeah.
And they're still playing aggressively. I mean, I appreciate it. It's almost like Navi's like a slightly less YOLO version of them. It's some sort of like weird stylistic clash. Like maybe this is just the best series that we get to cast during this group.
Yeah, that could be. This is the second Na'Vi series that we've cast, in the OG versus Na'Vi one was quite entertaining.
Na'Vi is a fun team.
Yeah.
I think they just bring out the team fight in people.
Okay. Level 25 coming in for Tusk. You go for the 15%. Walrus punch it up.
I don't know how many times you're actually going to hit them.
I don't know either, but I don't know how good 7 seconds of snowball cooldown.
Maybe if it was like 12, I could see value in that. 7 is kind of
pretty low. Yeah, it only goes down to 11-second cooldown.
That's not that. The problem with both talents for him right now is that he doesn't live long enough to cast either of them, really. That's the real issue here.
But if you believe in the RNG, you might just be able to go in, Walrus punch somebody, and then right-click them and get a Walrus punch again.
If you believe in
and he's going to go for it. He believes in it.
You can achieve.
He believes in the 15%. All right, so they don't have buyback on Whisper. He actually, because of his buyout,
say Whisper never has buyback.
Yeah.
He's had a rough one.
That's super weird.
Yo, they dropped the double ward too. They've created the eyes.
Oh, they're going to be able to make the initiation on Hector, and he's actually getting beaten down too fast, but there's the disruption to be able to save him. Oh, Schofield didn't actually get the blink out. Whisper, he's going to try and finish up Blizzy. Does manage to get him the Burrow Strike, trying to get him away. The kick out on the Alchemist. Whisper, he's going to be able to get out. No, he's psyched up by Stubb.
Oh man, I can't believe he decided to try to go for the TP on the Lifestealer. That was... He was in the middle of 5 heroes. There's a basher on the out.
And Chris Luck is going for pickoffs right now. At the same time, he's just lost 2 people. He was bottom lane, by the way, when that fight started.
That's... Infamous is just pushing their luck way too much.
Oh, this is stressing me out, Blitz.
The thing is like, Infamous is actually outplaying them, but then they'll do something that resets the game. And then Na'Vi is a very disciplined team, so they're taking these moments to just say, all right, well, I guess.
Every single time, like, Lifestealer's bottom, let's try and fight. Slark is bottom, let's try and go for a fight again.
Na'Vi make, like, the technical decision every time.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Chris Luck is just trying to make single-handed plays, which is going off a lot of these times, trying to get the pick off on Sineko, misses there. Slark does hit the Aegis as well as BKB. He's got his pounce coming up as well as Dark Pact. It's so hard to be able to lock down this hero, as you could see. He threw out the Abyssal Blade, doesn't quite get him. Zayak force staffing forward, trying to get himself in position for a good spirit and to stomp. But Chris Luck managed to pounce onto the high ground, so he's going to be good. Crystallized.
He just goes to the farm. He actually
just
stopped
himself.
to farm.
He really did.
Oh man, this team's, they're funny.
I mean, I watched the Lifestealer die in Tusk, and I look over at Chris Luck, and he's farming neutrals. He's like...
You know what this team is? They play with like a flair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a definite flair. I actually love both these teams. They might actually be my favorites at the tournament just to cast.
Chris Luck. No Lifestealer, no problem.
He's just running at people,
man. He's saying, I don't care. You guys 1v5 can't lock me down, but he gets hit for a burst strike, forced out the BKB.
He's still going for it. You
He's not backing down. Apparently not. He's going to Dark Pact. There goes the Lincolns. Doesn't have a BKB. Blizzy almost caught Schofield in that same position again. And he's going to hit some creeps. He knows Blizzy's up here.
His team is fighting on this left side here. He no longer has
Broke the Lincolns, managed to get the Burrow Strike, but the Dark Pact was there. Crystallized, stuns himself with Infamous. They're going to come back in. Whisper's looking for his opening. He's going to go for Magical. That's going to be the Aeon Disc popped as both of the cores are now going to turn and fight. Magical trying to get away from Whisper. Schofield being hit by the range right now is unable to blink in. Snako has an Aeon Disc himself. As well as Ghost Scepter. That's going to buy him some time. Where is he going to use that False Promise? Actually already used it, but be able to protect one of the cores. Crystallizes now, managed to bring down the Magus. No RP here. That gets kicked away. Now he's isolated. That's exactly why Crystalline and Hector run down to the river and make sure that he's going to be finished off. And now they march towards the base. They've blown their buybacks. They want Na'Vi to do the same here. So they're going to be able to find Zyke. A beautiful ice shards, but of course Dav over gets him a little bit farther away from Crystalline. Back to the base, back to safety as he goes. Blizzy, meanwhile, cutting creep waves. Wants to make sure that they don't have to blow the buyback, but they do.
And that's going to be all the buybacks now out. From the side of Na'Vi, aside from the Brood, right? He still has it?
Brood has a buyback. Blizzy also has his buyback on the same
Look at the buyback status of this game right now. 4 people have buyback.
Buyback on Lifestealer, buyback on Slark. So Infamous definitely have their buybacks on the most important heroes left.
But for Na'Vi, I mean, Crystallize not having it is so massive.
Yeah.
They've got to play so careful here.
Oh, trying to go for the Burrow Strike. Immediately gets Walrus punched up. Fuel Scepter on himself. Doesn't have Sandstorm. Has a blink. Unable to get it off in time. Goes the Abyss Blade. He's have to go in. RP. Magical trying to go in deep, but Schofield pops a Refresher. Has a second RP to be able to lay it down, but he doesn't have to because the Abyssal Blade. They have another buyback. This is going to be one of the last buybacks coming out from Na'Vi right now.
They still have the buyback.
He has it. And Infamous not overextending themselves. Just going for the objectives.
They have RP. They want to take this fight. They have RP.
They have RP with the Refresher used by Schofield. He can go back in.
Out of mana.
That's why Na'Vi are trying to actually separate so much, but Schofield doesn't actually have a whole lot of mana to work with right now. Whisper immediately jumping onto Blizzy. Blizzy trying to make his initiation once again. He still has that chase. He's going to activate the chase, but it doesn't matter. 100% to 0. Instantly, his Whisper punches him up and down he goes. Snako forced to use the False Promise on himself. Hector forces that out of him, then turns back into the Megas. And that's getting popped by Crystalline. They're going to go for this melee racks, but they still have the glyph the entire time. Na'Vi held on to that one, but they have to take the 4 versus 5, and Chris Luck and the rest of Infamous know it too. They see the opportunity. They're going to be able to get the Megas on Stomp, landing on it too, but Hector has the range to be able to slow down Crystallize. He can't quite get on top of Chris Luck in time. The Dark Pact protects him, gets in front of him though, managed to get there, but the blade locked down the Slark. He's dead. Same goes with Whisper. 2 dead, 3 dead actually on the side of Infamous. 2 of them have buyback though.
And there was no mana the entire time on the Magnus. He had so many different opportunities. I think Magical actually saves the game by hitting him twice.
Yeah.
With the Diffusal Blade, burns just enough mana to keep Schofield more or less useless in that engagement, but he does pick up an Invis rune. They don't have any sort of detection right now, Cap.
Yeah, and this is nasty because Na'Vi feel like they're in a situation.
This is an all-in for them.
They have to force the buyback and thinking that once the buyback goes down, they're going to try and retreat, but they're probably going to be caught by Schofield.
This is such a timely rune for them. As they're peeing towards this bottom lane, there's no boots of travel on the ET, so this is a pure 4-man situation.
They have to be able to create an opening where Magical can sneak in and finish up the Megas.
They really want to force the buyback on the Slark, though.
Absolutely.
They cannot afford to get out of this situation without forcing the buyback on the Slark. Otherwise, Infamous will just reset and go for it again. But they might have no choice here. With only 40 seconds, they don't feel comfortable going for this. They know that the Refresher was popped on this Magnus, so he has RP. They're saying to dissuade them. They're going to play Megas.
Yeah, the buyback on Whisper is all we can force out of them. We can't go for more. And Infamous, now they're just left in a situation, control the map, go for that next Roshan, which is up in 40 seconds. That could still lose Infamous or Na'Vi the game, that fight around the Roshan pit.
Yes. The thing about Infamous's lineup is they still need that backline support to be there for control in the late game. So what Na'Vi needs to do is actually ignore the heroes that they know have buyback. Go for the supports, the SD and the Mag as soon as you can. If you can ride out that wave and force some sort of like 2-on-4 situation, that is the ideal play for Na'Vi right now.
And that's why Magical keeps doing what he's doing, which is blinking into the back line and trying to catch them. And that's why Whisper is always there with the counterplay. He always counters that blink in with a blink in of his own. Walrus punches Magical, and then he's all of a sudden surrounded by 4 heroes.
And that's why I really like the kick.
Yeah.
So that he could protect as well.
Right.
rather than looking for offensive opportunities like people do with this ability, I think in this game at least, it shows a lot more defensive capability in protecting that backline. As they're going to go for the Roshan,
don't think Navi can do this.
Mega creeps make it impossible for you to defend this.
It's become so painfully obvious when you try and smoke outside of your base to contest Roshan against Megas.
Now this is...
all right, so we had...
This should go for the SD now.
This one is going to go to Stinger.
Oh boy. Now
so almost everyone has the
Shadow Blade, by the way, on the mag. And I think it's because he knows that the gems and the wards are trying to wear a little bit thin.
Yeah.
Especially if one of the supports go down.
I mean, combined with the fact that, like, honestly, a gem carrier just can't sit close enough to see these heroes.
And if the mag is out of the fight, it's more so that Magical can't get on top of him, I think. Because he realized the folly of the last fight was he just ran out of mana because he got right-clicked twice. And being able to play around the SD, or the Shadow Blade, allows you to reset the fight a little bit more. As Infamous, they're going to go for the win right now. They know there's no buybacks only available on their ET.
Taking down the first tier 4. A team that started off their first day 0-2 against OG. May just be able to find their first win of the tournament by bringing down Navi in this first game, but it's going to take a lot of discipline here. Splizzy trying to make the initiation, trying to go for Hector. Crystallize follows in up. Go immediately going for the back line, but Stinger protects himself with a Ghost Scepter. Crystallize still has any anti Pulse Bomb is going to be used on him. They try and go for the control as best as possible. How much can this heal do for him? They actually managed to kill Schofield. He had no buyback as well. They doing a ton of damage to Crystallize, and it will be enough. He will pop. The regen wasn't good enough for him. He doesn't have a buyback either. Zayek's going to fall as well. He does have a buyback. They have to be able to deal with Magical, though. Magical can still output the damage to slow down Infamous and keep them from finishing up this round. It's a 4 versus 4.
There's no RP, though. This is their best opportunity.
They will be all in there. It is here. But he had an Aeon Disc. Meanwhile, the rest of the team's just hitting out the throne. Hector says, damn it, we're not going for heroes, we're going for buildings. It's already down to Hamveld. It's falling fast. They can't stop it. Navi call it like that. They say any longer. We can't defend the throne. Infamous. They managed to persevere through so much of that game.
OG's turn to pick.
Good about it, and you have multiple ways to cancel his life drain.
Even if you get stomped, let's say
It's Dire's turn.
between 2nd and 4th minute, you can always just X mark yourself, TP back, play around the shrines if you need. You have enough sustain.
Go. This guy always makes his way back into TI. Disappear throughout the year. Not that he has disappeared throughout the year, but for one of the iconic TI heroes. Most likely Jarek's playing him. G thinking it is the absolutely perfect pick for this game.
So they need a mid hero. It looks like it's definitely plugging a mid. They know the matchup.
Are you looking for a lane counter, or just want something that fits your draft? If
Puck could be a good pickup, or this, yeah, something elusive, because they don't have a lot of lockdown. There's an Earthshaker, yes, but he needs to commit hard to act.
Okay. So we'll see Sumail playing Ember Spirit, one of the more prominently picked heroes of this tournament. The flexibility between Ember being a mid laner as well as a safe laner, part of that, but also just well, all-around strong hero that comes online nice and early with this max sleight of fist that you can just spam. The constant damage adds up throughout a team fight. For a G, Shaker Magnus is not really the scariest of dual lanes. If anything, you're just maybe looking at Shaker like what, pulling waves or messing with the creep equilibrium using Fissure. Doesn't really feel like that dual lane that's going to actually be able to...
Yeah, there's not going to be too much kill potential on that lane. Unless they get a good block and then maybe skewer under the tower. But as you mentioned, they'll probably try to drag the creeps under their tower, just farm up and focus on the top lane. There's a lot of kill potential since you can use the Ink Swell on Magic Immune units now, so spin plus Swell, pretty deadly.
Yeah, probably would be a big part why they wanted it. Because it is going to be a 5 position 4 that we saw last game. But you got to imagine this game, Arteezy sees this lane, he's probably thinking, I'm free farm. You're playing Sven into a Shaker Magnus lane, there is nothing they can do to contest your farm. It's probably, you can happy farmer this game and you can have Fly, you know, this is one of those 5 positions that loves to sack the jungle camps as well, so should be a good game. I feel like EG to me have a better, more well-rounded draft. And that's more in their comfort zone. It's not just about, you know, how their drafts match up against their opponents, but this feels much more like an EG style of draft.
I have a theory, like if a Baron can get the Aghanim Scepter here, you shoot coils in the 1600 range to get Ags.
Okay.
So you just need to be around the RP, and then I don't think anyone's gonna die if it comes to that one point where you can get the Ags. There's always a better item choice, especially for the start, but we'll see how this game goes.
All right, well here we go. It is game 2 of OG versus EG. Teams looking to find themselves in the winner bracket. That's always the key thing with TI groups, you know. Winning the group is nice. If you're one of those teams that can pick your opponent and you win that first round of the winner bracket, that's something you find yourself in the top 6, but starting lower bracket in best of ones is like the worst case scenario for any team. But that's the worst case scenario. We don't talk about that, but I mean, these are 2 teams you wouldn't expect to see eliminate from the groups.
Definitely not, but EG right now is in a really tough spot. They won 1 out of 5 games.
Yeah. So they need some wins. Plenty of Dota left to be played. You play, what, 16 games total, right? You play against 8 other opponents, 2 games? Yeah, you play 16 games total, so they've still got 11 games left. 4-day groups. It's a marathon. This isn't a sprint. You can have a bad day 1. You're still playing. Tower shot casually. Has a crown starting item. Thompson going all in on the early game stats, looking to rush that Veil, of course.
That's an interesting build.
Normally, yeah, Null Talisman, of course, yeah. But he's just going to get a faster Veil, slightly less damage, but you can use Nether Blast for the last hit. What's Seb going to do? Is he going to level up the Skewer to secure this rune, or...?
Now the battle begins.
Seb, can he get it? The stun is there, and he's going to lose that bounty rune.
Wow. It's going to be 2 for 2.
No, it was 3 for 1. S4 stole one. Ran in, it looks like, and grabbed the enemy ones.
Wow, I don't think EG knows how to count to 3, but they got 3 runes.
EG, they know exactly. 3 is their number. It's Valve, we don't have.
Yep.
3.
Dark Willow. Also starts with Sage Mask.
Bassi. So it won't be the Abaddon who gets the Bassi, but be on the Dark Willow. So as we come to expect, a lot of these off-lane dual lanes with Bassi Ring, Willow with the Abaddon. They've got the Aphotic Shield early. One way play against this lane perhaps is they're just going to have such great defensive capabilities with the Aphotic Shield, and you've got the Shadow Realm on the Dark Willow. Willow who then manages to block that pull camp. No-Tail coming in with the Stroke of Fate, trading hits here, looking to push Crit out of this lane. And he's got a visual support here. They could find themselves with an early first blood if they get a couple more right clicks and a Stroke of Fate. One more right click with a Stroke of Fate. He may not even need it. He does need it because there's an Aphotic Shield, and that's going to save Crit's life as Anna also helps to zone out forward some extra right clicks, so they don't get the kill. S4 came in just in time.
And Juggernaut has Crit level 1 instead of a spin, because he's just trading hits against the melee hero.
This is something, yeah, we see sometimes in these melee versus melee matchups where the Crit as single target damage is better than the spin. Level 1, you don't necessarily go for the kill. You don't even have any points in the Inkswell yet, so Anna just wants that 20% crit chance. Brambles coming out. Try and mess with some of the last hits and cure this lane a bit, but here comes Jerax with these crits. If he gets the block in, he blocks his forward, doesn't hit him with the stun, but he's completely surrounded. Now he levels up the spin. They are looking for this kill, but Jerax getting very low. The Stroke of Fate is there, and Anna should be able to get the first blood. Gets the kill just before No-Tail goes down. That's a shared bounty.
Nice little sidestep from Abaddon. Did not get stunned at least, but with that block, there's nothing he can do about it. Ember Spirit picked up a haste rune on the mid lane.
Scariest of things, perhaps. But see a full-on tri-lane from OG. Thompson, is he going to get killed here by Sumail? The decrypt is there. the Nether Blast. 1 or 2 more right clicks. Thompson has a Tango. He tried to go for the tree block. Oh, that would have been so good if it worked.
What was it?
Ember Spirit had a Quelling Blade, so I don't think that would have mattered. And now Ember Spirit has enough money to buy a bottle after this creep.
Doesn't have to go for that suicide to tower play that you often see when these mid solo kills happen. Thompson tries to find the D ward mid, but guesses wrong, and Dire Ward is on the other side as bottom lane. They get another kill on S4. This Tri-Lane finding a lot of action early on. Dire Vision, 2 Dire Wards around this mid lane. Really want to make sure Sumail doesn't get pressured in too bad of a time early on.
And Sumail flies out the courier to the side shop, to the secret shop to actually get a bottle faster. Meanwhile, in the top lane, it's Seb who's alone. A lot of kill potential from Bane and Sven. He can't really TP out.
He's having a good start until that death, though. He's got 9 CS. He's level 3.5, so despite the death there, it has been an okay lane, considering it's a 1v2. Prep. Fissure damage as Thompson doesn't go for Nether Blast. I think knowing that the Sleight of Fist can be used to dodge that Nether Blast. We're seeing it again here as bottom lane Ana actually goes down. Prince Dark Willow. Seeing that kill.
They need to control the runes, both of the mids. Okay, actually, Thompson bought a Hell instead of a bottle.
Really rushing Veil. He's going to have it before he even hits level 6. He's looking to set some records on fastest Veil time against him. Mid? Uh-oh, he's in trouble. Throws out the decrep to push him back.
Naman si Thompson.
Fly up to. This is probably jungle stacks. You know, you've got a Sven on your team. Sven doesn't really need too much help to free farm this lane anymore, but if you want to bully Seb out of the lane, you definitely can't see Sven do that alone, but the priority may be much more on just giving RTZ farm, and yeah, Fly's just like, alright.
I think Fly's just gonna stack some camps, go for the bounties. Seems like it's gonna be, again, 3 for EG.
Bounty. 2, 3, yep. Fly got some stacks along the way. There was a Shaker Illusion where you could have done some stacks with, but it looks like he was prioritized more on those bounty runes at the time. Hero back to the high ground, Save gets back to safety. Things settling down here in the lane stage, but EG 2k gold lead already. This laning stage has been very favorable for them with the kills they're getting, the farm they're securing. Sven, RTZ absolutely free farming, but they've got to be careful. Here comes Ana again in this bottom lane. He's got the Ink Spell stun, and 1 or 2 more right clicks might be enough, but the stun immediately dispelled off by the Aphotic Shield, but the Blade Fury allowing him to chase through the Shadow Realm, and the damage from the magic is enough. Ana gets the healing ward in the trees here, so he's healing up, but he's completely trapped and surrounded. He's trying to turn and fight. The healing ward, not enough there, just level 1. And now No-Tail, he needs to be careful himself.
No-Tail's dead. No. Birdshaker doesn't have a Fissure. He does.
Got a totem followed up by a Fissure. They are looking to turn this one. No-Tail with the Ink Spell stun. They've got 1 kill. He's getting a second. This healing ward is causing all kinds of problems. The Stroke of Fate as well. No-Tail with a double kill.
Abaddon had the Aphotic Shield ready.
Oh, he just completely underestimated the damage as well as the Ink Swell. The stats actually
huge. No-Tail got 2 kills. Now he's sitting at the 1,000 gold, 6 minutes in.
So much for being a 5 position. He's going to immediately turn that gold just into wards and boots, but still. That healing ward was so underrated as well. I don't even know if they realized the healing ward was there because they killed Ana despite it. Get the better of the EG aggression. 7 Ember Pugna will 7 himself.
I mean, someone should post this on Reddit. Check the hero. Whose hero is this? If you just cut off the Pugna, yeah, Branch and the Whale, TI edition.
Guess the MMR. You would not expect, yeah, I mean, this is just a new style of play and build coming out from Thompson.
Thompson was always a guy who was inventing things in Dota.
Yes. He plays Dota his way, and that's something I think OG have always really liked with players they picked up. When they picked up Ana, it was something they said, it's like, this guy just plays Dota his way. He's not just looking to follow the meta, he's looking to kind of create the way heroes are played. And Thompson, he took that to the next level. His Invoker, the Meteor Hammer Invoker, probably the one that he's most well known for, kind of inventing. Here he is with a naked veil plus single branch. He's now turned that into some ground boots.
Now they should know something is up. Bane.
If you're looking
You'd expect towards somewhere. The question is, will you find it on this hill?
They have a sentry on the hill, so they know it's not there.
Gamay ra kayo.
Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower.
Down bottom, it looks like this is a lane that OG have kind of had to vacate a little bit.
Is that a point?
Really spent much time contesting it. And it's just going to be falling back to the jungle, I imagine. Mid lane, Thompson, He's been gone on here. He's got the life drain. He's trying to get the Willow, but Willow gets out of range for it, so he will end up going down to the Sleight of Fist. Nice attempt by Thompson to turn it around. Going for the life drain on a hero that was at such a long range meant that it could be easily broken.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Haste rune at bottom. If Ember Spirit gets that, Bane is just guarding it. He can easily gank the side lane.
Uh-oh, no tail. This is not a lane you want to really be in at this point if you're OG, but that's why they send their 5 position down there.
Yeah, that's going to be a free tier 1 tower on the bottom lane.
His job is just to try and defend this and keep it alive as long as possible using Stroke of Fate, but EG understanding that, punish him and followed up by defending tier 1 tower. Ortiz with the last hit. That's almost his Midas complete. 9-minute Midas phase boot 1. Really good timing on his items. His top lane has found another kill.
RP used. I mean, it's 9-minute mark. You're gonna use it to get a single kill. Same goes for Enigma and the Black Hole. Whenever it's ready, if you can get something happen, you should do it.
No tails here. The scan connected, so Ortiz is looking to come in from behind it. They're just going to go diving for this kill. Sleight of Fist to start with some damage. The Vision will catch them out a little bit here. Remnant on forward. Ortiz has got the stun, and this should be a dead no tail. Goes for one last Stroke of Fate, but won't get a chance to throw it out before he dies. Ran it. Ace for an Ember.
But he's out of mana.
Oh, he jukes it. Sumail with the read. Sees the 2 pump fakes and jukes the actual totem, but that was a dropping fast. Thompson, it's up to him to come in and respond to this one. There is a fissure. S4 has got the level 6. He can level up the borrowed time, and yeah, he's going to choose to do so. But he's been stunned up, and I think he may just die here if he's not careful. He does have the stun from Ortiz to help him out. Thompson is still looking to chase. Nether Blast is there, but there's no life drain, so
Raindrop.
No.
And the Bracer will keep him alive. He also has a flask in the backpack, will heal himself fully. Bounty rune spawning.
Oh, bounty rune. That was 4
bounties for EG.
Okay, and yeah, Anna was not able to get either of those top ones. It was crit both. Unlike last game, this time around it's EG with a much better laning stage. And it's not necessarily entirely off of aggression, although we have seen Ortiz move around the map from top down to bottom to push to mid. But it's very much around also balancing out the aggression with farming. Ortiz with the Midas, the stacks as well in the jungle. They are playing nice and efficient Dota as well. Thompson, he's really deep here.
He's really dead.
Yeah.
Out of the position, trying to make too much happen. EG 4,000 network lead at 11 minutes in, but they have 2 supports who can't really shout out the waves. These are like 2 worst heroes.
Nana, TP's in. The Blade Fury on to get himself out of a precarious position. And you know, OG's lineup, you're looking at Empower Jug, you're looking at defending with RP. This is the kind of draft that will play from behind, and all it takes is one teamfight to turn this game.
Exactly, but there's this uncontested Sven who has Handed Midas, level 9. It's going to be a really different game from what Ortiz had in game number 1.
This is not going to be the Ortiz struggle that we had. Game 1, it was like he knew he had to fight as a gyrocopter, and the fights they were taking weren't working out for him. So he wasn't farming, he wasn't getting kills, but this time around, he's getting kills and he's farming creeps. He's 3-0-2, while having stacks to farm and taking over the jungle as well. Mel also 3-0-2 on his Ember Spirit. The G core duo having a fantastic start here.
You can see what kind of game OG is playing right now. Or can you? mean, they don't have a single observer ward over the river.
Going in on No-Tail here with the grip hit. No-Tail's staying alive here. The RP comes just to cancel that grip, although what's about to wear off. Sumail's going to be a little bit careful. Gets caught by the X-Fall stun. Is he going to go for this kill? Has a sleight of fist. Cancels the salve. Sumail isn't going to admit for the kill. Dire lose that courier mid. I believe tower shots just finish him off. Sumail has remnants here. What's he up to? Plenty of mana just to remnant away, and I don't think they're going to be able to get this kill. Sleight of fist, remnant away. The courier kill. No hero kills.
So Arteezy, it's a full Echo Saber. He's actually missing Golgarax.
But he's going to have to...
Or it could be a full Echo Saber. Because he might just queued up Golgarax for a BKB.
Skewered. Back towards his T1 mid tower. Should be able to maybe bring him down when this borrowed time meant, but I don't think they want to hard commit for this one. They are throwing nukes here. They still want this S4 kill. Anna's got him with the Blade Fury, but they haven't got the kill. They're going to be forced to back off. Omni Slash still available, but if you commit that Omni Slash aggressively, you're probably dying. I'm unsure if you even get the kill.
Probability of winning to be above 99%.
Tails confident. I don't know if friend Dota Plus agrees.
Radiant
It says 39%. Dota Plus thinking things are a bit more EG favored.
60% more, huh?
Yeah. No-Tail's like, I did the math.
OG does not want to take a fight right now. They want to finish the items. They want any item on Seb. He's going for Pipe. And the Earthshaker needs 1,000 gold to finish off his Blink Dagger. Right now they're in a really spot where they just want to farm. With the Empower on Jug, you get a couple of items.
So yeah, just going from neutrals to neutrals. Wants to get that at least Manta style as a defensive tool. For EG, you know, you can match this farm. If anything, you can kind of outpace it with the Sven Midas, although the Echo Saber being removed also does make that harder, and Topson again finds a kill on Crit here in the mid lane. This early Veil with the damage amp causing a lot of problems. Bold move into this enemy jungle, just trying to scout out some of these stacks to see what's going on. Twen's turning this on with the stun though. They got any follow-up lockdown? Doesn't look like it. The Bane not quite here, at least not right now. Jerk's charging on forward, has the turn. They're trying to bait out this borrowed time. Echo Slam comes in, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Barely clips Arteezy and S4. Borrowed times it off here as Arteezy does pop the God Trick. Is he going to look to go in and fight? The Skewer is there, followed by an RP with the Fear. It stops the Omni Slash. That saves their lives here. They could still look to turn this one around. Anna goes in with the Healing Ward, but without the Omni Slash on the RP, Crit saves the day. The Healing Ward gets sniped as well by Sumail. He does manage to dodge the stun from the Stormbolt here as Anna goes charging forward here. The Blade Fury damage should be enough with the Omni Slash follow-up. He doesn't even need the Omni Slash. He finds it now. He gets the double kill. Anna playing this fight so incredibly well in the back lines. Speed Nightmare up though. Sumail like chasing kill. Looks like Anna's going to be back to safety as Sumail. Yeah, he's going to slide a fist down the Pugna. Sumail on a mega kill streak.
Sumail can do whatever he wants in this fight because he has Abaddon behind him to back him up with the Aphotic Shield and nice grip from the Bane, but from the high ground. But this is not the target that you want to go for.
It was OG coming out on top of that fight in terms of gold though, even though it was a 3 for 2.
Once Mag uses the RP, you do not want to focus him after that.
It was such a good fear coming out from Dark Willow. If not for that, Anna had an Omni Slash, or even just right clicks on top of the RP. That would have been such a good team fight for OG. So Anna's very happy with the outcome. He got 2 big kills in that fight. Sven and Abaddon. He killed 2 cores. That's why OG got so much gold out of that, despite it being a 2 for 3 trade, numbers favoring EG as far as the kills, total kills go.
Anna has a Diffusal Blade right now, so that's going to help him out to have the extra slow, extra kill potential on whoever. Crit. Has Yule Scepter. This Dark Willow will be really hard to kill, especially with Abaddon on the team.
They have got several nukes that can go through the Shadow Realm. I mean, they have a lot of nukes. Every hero has spells that go through it, in fact. Blade Fury, Stroke of Fate, Fissures, Shockwaves, Nether Blast. But it's still a will. It's still a very pesky, annoying Vlad's picked up by S4, so he's going to be just seeing all those teamfight items coming out from the offlaners. S4's Abaddon and even the Magnus. The hood completed, looking for that fast pipe. Now bottom set will be in some trouble here. Yeah. Mules in the bramble. They pop the Godstring. Instantly the tips come into play.
Yeah, I don't think they needed the God Strength, but still, they're just gonna pressure the bottom tower a little bit. These two supports from EG, they're not good at killing creeps, but they're really good at killing every single time the ulti is up, either Fiend's Grip or when you have a Bedlam. Now he has a pretty easy setup with Curse Crown into Yule Scepter.
EG want this tier 1 mid tower, but they lost their creep wave. Instead, we may just see them. Yeah, he knows there's a ward there. The tower hit should not have reached him, so. The ward gets revealed, but it also expires, so. EG will not find any D-ward money for themselves. Tier 1 mid tower claim, so both teams losing their tier 1 mid, such a crucial tower and objective to be looking for.
Oh, double damage, Jug, smoke.
Right into Roshan they go. Do Dire know this? There's pink, I think there's a Radiant Pinks coming out. I don't believe EG actually...
They don't know what's happening.
Yeah. There's such good Radiant vision, and Seb's positioned on the outside of the pit. He wants to be able to, you know, scout your...
Now
he's
they know.
inside. Yeah.
But it's gonna be too late.
Thompson. Heads himself out. They need to get that Fear in soon. I believe they're going to be a little bit too late here. Can Crit get in on time? He's got a Blade Fury as well if he needs to use it. Anna's trying to get it low there. It's going to be a Remnant into the pit. He comes in too late. Anna's already got it. Anna picked up the Aegis as well as the Roshan kill. And OG want to take this fight. Now they've got an Aegis. They take out the Dark Lord to start the fight. Arteezy comes to the backline, goes on the Pugna, but the problem is he's got no solution for the decrypt. There's no BKB. He's being RP'd now as well. The RP catches out a couple here. Anna charging forward. He's still got Omnicycle, but he doesn't want to commit that on Sumail, but he does once he's burned his mana. He knows there was no fire running out. He burned his mana with the Diffusal Blade. He's killed off 3. S4 now in trouble. No borrowed time available. They're killing him one by one. Jarek tips S4. I think they know this Swede has no escape to the Diffusal Blade slow. S4 is going to be the 4th casualty. Arteezy got RP. He does survive, but that's because OG were focusing on the rest of the kills.
It's a really risky play, but I think Dark Willow should have gone for Terrorize inside the Roche pit after that. Tried to use the Bramble to get some vision, but also Sumail went in with the Remnants to get a Roche kill, maybe even get the Aegis, but Anna still has the Aegis. Now they're gonna pick up 4 bounties. Jarex has a Blink Dagger and an ulti. They can still take this fight.
Yeah, it's like there's bounties that spawn, and I think part of them is like, oh, we're gonna fall back and get bangers, but then they're also like, wait, we're really strong right now. Let's take a fight, maybe. The Blink Dagger position on the high ground stops Fly from entering his own jungle, but it does look like, yeah, they're gonna reset. They're gonna fall back, take some bounty runes.
Scanning for enemies.
They should try and take another fight while they're still weak. Or they can wait for Mag's RP and the Pipe. He just needs to use the Courier. 40 seconds until next RP. Do they have another smoke? They do. And also Grimstroke hit the level 10 a couple of minutes ago, so he's good to play this game. I feel like the supports with GPM talents are probably the strongest ones. Ogre, Wyvern, Grimstroke.
Grimstroke's happy camper with his GPM talent.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Anna, they can contest tier 2 tower top. Sven doing what he can mid. He's got the Blink Dagger, so not the easiest here to go find. Arteezy, it feels like the same problem as last game. A very different game overall, but it's this BKB timing of his that just comes a little bit too late. He needed it like for that fight there in order to take a team fight.
Either that or Abaddon needs to take care of him.
Yeah. And again, he can't really defend. He's gone in on the backlines here. He's looking for the Pugna. Can he finish him off? Thompson. He's got his beat grip to help him out. He's got the ward on the high ground as well as a life drain. He's got the double life drain as well with the soul bite. He's healing so much because of this. S4's borrowed time comes up, but Thompson's back to full health. And they've lost the Shaker though, but OG still want to take this fight with the Aegis in hand. Fortunately for them, EG repositioned on the high ground. The 2-man stun coming out with the Stormhammer, and Arteezy's absolutely deleted Seb, and the Aegis popping on Anna means he could be in trouble when he comes out of this one. There's no Fiend script to deal with him. The Omniside is there. He's bouncing around. He's not actually going to get the bounce into the 3 heroes. He goes for the Blade Fury TP instead.
They're still chasing. Do they have it? Yes. Yeah. There's the Yule Scepter.
And EG, ultra kill for Arteezy. Well, You mentioned he needs Abaddon to take care of him. Arteezy just says, I'll take care of myself. He hits multiple hero stuns with his Stormhammer, catches out the backlines. Really well played team fight by Arteezy.
Yeah, OG positioning in this particular fight was not that good. Also, Jarex got caught before he could get an echo off.
Yeah. The Jug only did 500 damage. That Omni Slash, it was a Abaddon that was, I think, or something. He just did no damage there. And the other two heroes that were nearby were just ever so slightly out of range, so he didn't actually bounce them with the Omni Slash. Not the fight OG were hoping for.
But this is exactly what they needed. EG punished that mistake from OG. Also, there was a really good feeder on top of it. It was a 3 or 4 man feeder.
And it's a fight where we didn't see the high impact ultis of OG. There was, you know, the RP,
yeah,
the Echo Slap. Jarex was the first to die. Seb never found an RP. Doesn't have Blink Dagger, and it feels like those are tools that they need to find a way to have them come into play in these team fights. As much as it looked good, like helped him with that double life drain with the Soul Bind, healing himself back up to full. It felt like Arteezy's initiation didn't really succeed. It doesn't amount to much when you still can't find an Echo or an RP.
OG can still take this fight for sure. They just need to position themselves properly. It feels like it's going to be a smoke, put a sentry ward. The lanes, bottom lane is not pushed out. Top and middle lane is in a decent spot. But there's a counter smoke from EG.
Leading the way with that Blink BKB now. So this next fight's with the BKB, and that's where it gets even harder. Gotta protect their... Magnus or Shaker needs to get off a good ultimate. Ideally both. Oh, they saw that ward get planted, I want to say. And yeah, they know exactly where they are. Ana just goes charging in forward, gets the slow from the defusal. Hibbit. Called.
If someone asked you what inhibit is, would you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a item connoisseur when it comes to Dota. Active barrier, that's... But yeah, inhibit's one of those really random ones. Veil call. Magic weakness. That. I just thought you just veil someone. Apparently you use magic weakness on them.
The rune of invisibility.
Smoke is not actually smoke, it's disguise.
Wow. You should stop, guys. I'm feeling really stupid right now.
I didn't know this. I was feeling stupid. I'm reading these, I'm like, what? I just thought it was the active was called Smoke. BKB's active called Avatar? Did you know it's called Avatar? I feel like this has just changed, right? Surely it wasn't. This hasn't always been Avatar.
Soul Ring active called Sacrifice.
Okay.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, smoking Ana leading the way, finds Fly. He's going to instantly delete him. As Arteezy jumps to the backlines, he gets the 2-man stun, but the RP is there just to come around. The Omni Slash is going to go on through doing some good damage here. Fear looking for the backlines, will catch out a couple. Actually catches out Ana as the Omni Slash wears off, but Arteezy is so incredibly low, looking for a blink out, I imagine. Or even a blink back in. Thompson, he gets killed off by Arteezy's Stormhammer. Doug. For gun down crit here. Ana needs a couple more right clicks, but he's being gripped up now. Skewer is there, cancels the Fiend's grip. Nicely played by Magnus, keeping him alive. As that's going to force out a Remnant just to escape here. Seb charging on forward. They should be able to at least finish off the Bane here. And Jarex knows that's a dead Bane. He's looking for more. He blinks past, but there's no fresh targets to go for.
I think EG is fine with that. Even though Bane died back there, they still forced the buyback out of Magna. And I love what Ana... He instantly uses Omni Slash on Sven, so he can't take the fight. Even though he popped the God Strength, he was on half HP, can't really come back, especially if Abaddon is not healing him.
They're still going to try and push this one. They bought back the Pugna, but they feel confident. Ana on the front lines is just so tanky with this Skadi Manta style. Just getting a tier 3 tower will allow them to take some shrines as well. Ana goes for the Blade. Fury doing what damage he can with the Nether Blast. He'll actually look to commit onto Arteezy, who doesn't have God Strength still, so some good damage being dealt here with the Siege Creep and the Nether Blast. His tower's down to 260 health. Ana wants back in. He wants to finish this one off, and he's going to succeed.
Healing Ward is ready.
Don't have to force it and go for the Raxay OG. They're going to back off and go for these shrines. Prioritizing that top shrine, the ones near Roshan.
Roche will spawn in 30 seconds. That's a quick spawn. They're gonna have their ultis up when the Roche spawns.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
Talk about supports with GPM. Dark Willow hits level 15 and gets hers.
Radiant are scanning for enemies. Dire's
Not willing
top
to
shrine is
hard
under
commit to the shrine. They threw some Nether Blast, but Anna did not want to right-click it as knowing EG have God Strength back up. That was very much the timing. They go for that high ground push. Those 20-30 seconds without God Strength then. As a result, G could not defend their tier 3. But this Roche fight is going to be so hotly contested. Fighting around Roshan, this is where buybacks really come into play. And Pugna, buyback on cooldown means Thompson has to play this Roche fight incredibly cautiously. Oh, Sumail's just going to go remnanting again. They get the two-man route. Is there a few to follow it up? You betcha. Catches out two. Jarek's is in trouble. He's been taken out by Ortiz. He instantly buys back, but they've also lost No-Tail, who does not have a buyback. And Thompson, we talked about his buyback stats. He's dead for 75. This could be EG securing themselves Roshan. Anna's been slept up. Is there a Fiend's Grip? It's on cooldown. It's already been used. Anna's got the Blade Fury.
Anna still has ulti. Ember Spirit's out of the Remnant.
Yeah, they throw out the RP. That's going to be a nightmare to try and save him. Sumail's out of mana. Sumail's dead, and they're going to lose Sven as well. Anna with a double kill for his team. Only got the one kill. Godlike streak on Arteezy is ended as S4 does not have forward time, and the Blade Fury is just going to look to chase him down. Jarek's with the stuns. His buyback coming into play there.
Should go straight into Roche Pit. They still have a healing ward. EG, they got way too confident there with Pugna, who had no buyback, Grimstroke as well. But with one good Echo Slam and Anna with ulti, also Ember Spirit had no remnants to fall back to.
They used so much of their control to kill the rest of OG that Anna, he was nightmared up there, but they didn't have any follow-up stuns. Arteezy was either out of mana or just didn't have his Stormhammer up because Anna, the second that nightmare wore off, just Blade Fury back safely, re-engaged, and destroyed them with the RP.
Yeah, and with the Scotty, that's one of the best items you can get against the Sven.
Yeah.
Also, he's sitting on 40 plus armor on Juggernaut, so Sven can't really focus him down. Almost 3,000 HP.
3,000 plus gold on Jarek's as well. He managed to end Arteezy's godlike streak of 1,300 gold. And he's filthy rich. He did have to buy back. So this is where you have Aegis on OG's side, but you've got to be careful. Earthshaker, Pugna, no buybacks. Anna, though, in the front lines with an Aegis, he is going to be the one that looks to just break the high ground. So even though Anna's got buyback, they still give him the Aegis because of the style of play that we're going to be seeing from OG, where they want to have this jug. He's the one sieging. He's the one that benefits most from an Aegis.
Aegis of fear. They could wait for that butterfly and then go siege the high ground. It's a really big item. It's getting close to it. Only needs 1,500 gold to finish it.
The butterfly coming soon. Also, the Jug's 25, so with all this armor on Jug, this doesn't feel like the Sven is going to match up against him. He has got a Bloodthorn queued up on Arteezy, so a way of dealing with some of that evasion, but yeah, Sumail spotted by this Observer Ward. Are they going to hunt him? Like that may be the call. Can they chain stun him? Jarek's.
Oh, he was about to blink in and echo, but the blink got cancelled by Slide. Bottom lane is being pushed in.
Go back and push this one out.
The one thing I noticed from the yesterday is that a lot of safe lane towers are being killed 20-25 plus minutes in. Like OG's tier 1 tower on top still standing. And they just killed the safe lane tower on the bottom.
Yeah, it's just not a priority to play around that part of the map. Here you go, Anna. He gets the butterfly level 24.5. He may wait for level 25 before they go for the high ground push. Aegis still with 3 minutes left on it, so good healthy window for him to keep on farming for a minute or two if they want to, but Shaker's actually staying up top. OG's laying a trap. They're going to show well, not really showing these heroes, but maybe they're expecting to be scouted up by a ward or something. They're showing the Jug, so I think the expectation is that this top lane is a safe lane to push, but eventually Jarek says...
Jarek was there. There was a huge creep wave. If someone overcommitted, he could have gotten a solo kill.
No one on EG was willing to go for that tower. I think recognizing, you know, this Shaker is not shown on the map. If you don't see Shaker, you can't really go for that push. Even now, they're like hiding in the trees, and Arteezy only blinks out because he's got several teammates, including the Abaddon behind him to save his life.
Dire don't look too scared.
King's mid though. OG want to go high ground.
Structures are fortified.
They see Arteezy Sven top, and this is where like, well, if they're going to be top, we got to force them back. Keep EG honest. Make sure they don't play out on the map. You want to force them to defend. And EG may just have to give up this Rax. With his user, looks like they want to try and defend this one. S4, he gets stunned up. He's going to lose his entire mana pool, and the borrowed time force out as well. So now there's a 50-second window with it on cooldown, and Ana doesn't actually dodge the stun. It finds him afterwards, but he's more than okay with this butterfly Aegis. He's just going to take out this melee rack uncontested, essentially.
Sven is dealing no damage to him. The mischance from butterfly, and now he's sitting at 50 armor, 49.
And they're just going to swing bottom. They say, let's just do that again, right? If they can't defend mid, what's to say they can defend bottom? But if you're EG, you do not want to go down a second melee Rax. That's where this game gets very difficult to play.
Abaddon needs to be close, but maybe needs to stand a bit further behind because they're just popping his borrowed time every single time the fight starts.
Plus 1
they're
second
going all in.
duration, yeah.
Bloodthorn on Sven.
Once we have to deal with this Jug. Jug just hit level 25 though, so an extra second of Omni Slash. Usually you often see that extra health, but I think he just feels tanky enough as it is, and once that ability is just Omni Slash the Sven. Oh, gets going with the Bloodthorn, but there's an instant Manta. Ana pops the Blade Fury, he's going to force Arteezy back on the backlines. It was actually the Ember Spirit who initiated it. He's forced a defensively Remnant out of there. He's low in mana though, Sumail's got to be careful. He's bottling back up to try and take this fight. Ana with the Lotus Orb bounces the stun back from the Sven. Aegis lasting for 30 more seconds here. Ana, Nightmare is on him. Anyone to take it off? Doesn't look like it. Seb just throws out an Empower. Sven popping the God Strength here. Is he going to go in?
Use the Bloodthorn on him.
Yeah, he's going to look to take out Ana's first life. Is he even got the damage for it? There we go. They pop the Aegis. That Aegis was expiring in 15 seconds anyways. Can they take this fight now? Ana immediately Blade Furies on the backlines. They've lost crit though. That's the big kill. They were looking maybe for a Dark Willow Terrorize onto Ana. Instead he's going to be forced to buy back. Ana with the Lotus Orb still in the front lines here. Arteezy can't really throw out that stun unless he's willing to commit a BKB. Does Ana go for this melee Rax, or do OG play it safe?
Bringing something on Jug. All right, they're giving him
cheese. Yeah,
he's making.
You've got to burst
this
him
Lotus Orb is doing God's work because Sven can't really throw.
He's out of mana. Sven, he's down to 150 mana. He can't actually take this fight, even if they don't kill him. Ortiz is forced back to the Fountain, so I think OG may try and take this Rax. The problem is no one can really wake him up. If Magnus wakes him up, he probably dies for it. So you'll let Ana take the Rax here. He's got Blade Fury if you want to use it now, but Seb hiding in the trees. He gets the RP on the back line. This Hura in forward. They're going to throw it on Omni-Slash. Arteezy does get the BKB up, but he's taking the dieback. Arteezy's being backed up as well. It's a dieback. He's beyond godlike. Ana absolutely destroys them on the back line. Sumail, he's trying to do what he can. He's gone in 1 versus 3. He's lost his Willow. That's a dieback from Crit as well. And Sumail is in all sorts of trouble. EG running out of lives. They're just all dead. They're soul bound up. 2 of them linked together. The Skewer are going to push them as well. And it looks like EG, they're down to their last lives here. They buy back on the Ember Spirit. S4 gets taken as well. He's got no buyback. Jerix is invis in the backlines with the Shadow Blade. He stuns up Sumail once, gets the second stun as well. That's an instant dieback from him, and I think this is EG have been 2-0'd by their nemesis. OG take them out once again. It's a bit of deja vu from the last these two teams met at TI.
OG's understanding of the game can be shown in this series. Sums it up, the way they're playing the map, the warding, everything. You see, they're playing so passively early on because they have a mag. They're just building the items. All they need is one good fight with an RP, with the good Shaker ulti, and this Juggernaut is getting out of control. Sven can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the OG that fans love to see him play. This is the OG that dominated the DPC many years ago when they're winning majors. This is the OG that won TI last year. They are back looking to try and win a second TI, and right now, they've beaten one of the tougher opponents in their group. I mean,